So I want to show you how to verify news sources to see if those news sources are real. If they are just websites and not newspapers or TV stations or radio stations, sometimes it can be a bit difficult to figure out. But if they are actually physical newspapers or local TV stations, usually Wikipedia will help. So let's look at this example here. This is a snapshot of the Seattle Tribune, a fake newspaper, in a story that they ran January 5th, 2017. 6 dead after truck collides with anti-Trump protesters on freeway, right? So how can we quickly find out that Seattle Tribune is fake? Well, Wikipedia is usually your answer here. So let's go to Wikipedia. And just in quotes, because we're looking for the full thing, Seattle Tribune, and look for that. And what we see here is we get 2 results, but if we look closer, it's Seattle period Tribune, Seattle period Tribune. There's actually no incidences in all of Wikipedia of this Seattle Tribune newspaper. Now we can actually get even more sure of this. This looks pretty fishy, right? But we can go for a greater level of certainty. We can say newspapers in Washington. Newspapers in Washington. And list of newspapers in Washington, state, right? Seattle's in Washington. And we can scroll down to where the papers beginning with Seattle are, and we find the Seattle Post-Intelligencer, Seattle Times, Seattle Weekly, and that's it. There is no Seattle Tribune. So that's a fake story. Now, on the other hand, you can look at some of these things. This is $325 raised for Rambo Nanny. It's from something called Q13 Fox. And so again, we can go into Wikipedia and we can type in Q13 Fox. And we see that we're redirected here to this KCPQ station. And if we scroll down on the sidebar here and look what the website is, it's q13fox.com, which is exactly the URL here. So this station does exist. Some papers won't have a full article on them, even if they're real. So if we take Sequoia County Times here, and we throw it into Wikipedia. And again, remember these quotes. These quotes say, I want this full phrase together, not just these individual words. We see there's a lot of references to Sequoia County Times, but there's no page on Sequoia County Times. However, if you type in newspapers, you'll see that you get the list of newspapers in Oklahoma, and Sequoia County Times is right there. It comes out of Sallisaw. It has a circulation of 7,000, and its editor is Jim Mayo. Right. So this is your main resources for checking whether traditional news sources are really news sources or are spoof sites.